The MLB winter meetings have officially come to a close, so here is all the moves that went down over the course of the last week. Over the course of Sunday night, the eve of the winter meetings, a few moves managed to take place. The Dodgers would pick up both outfielder Michael Conforto and reliever Blake Trinan. Conforto will be brought in from San Francisco on a one-year, $17 million deal. Many in the industry, however, saw this as an overpay. Conforto slashed .237, .309, .450, and a .759 OPS last year. He as well hit 20 home runs and had 66 RBIs. Blake Trinan, on the other hand, was brought back by the Dodgers. Trinan, who is 36 years old, got a 2-year deal worth $22 million. He's been a Dodger for the last 4 seasons, so he will look to remain a serviceable reliever in LA for the remainder of his career, more than likely. The major move on Sunday night, however, was the New York Mets bringing in Juan Soto to a record-breaking contract. Soto signed a 15-year, $765 million deal, which became the richest in American pro sports history. Soto is one of the best pure hitters in the entire game. So far in his career, the 26-year-old has a slash line of .285, .421, .532, and a .953 OPS. He has 201 career home runs and 592 RBIs in 7 MLB seasons. The former top prospect has lived up to all the hype and will now be staying in New York but moving across town to the Mets. Steve Cohen was able to land the prize of the offseason for the Mets, and as of now, the Mets lineup looks like it could be a dangerous one heading into 2025. On the official first day of the meetings, we saw a flurry of moves. Reliever Jordan Romano signed a deal with the Phillies to add to their bullpen. I saw Philly going into the meetings needing relief help, and Romano is a very solid and reliable option. Romano in his career has been a solid player, but is coming off of a rough season. Last season, he had a .659 ERA in 15 games due to injury issues. I feel Romano is, however, a very solid player to be able to bounce back for Philly. Overall, I really liked this move. The Tigers were also able to add to their starting rotation as they would bring in Alex Cobb. Cobb was injured about all of 2024, but pitched 16 1/3 innings for the Guardians, where he had a .276 ERA. He was also able to get some playoff innings as well. Cobb is a very reliable option, in my opinion, to back Skubal in the rotation if he can stay healthy. The Rockies also made a move of their own on the second day. They brought in former Giant Thairo Estrada on a one-year deal. Estrada is coming off of a down year last year where he only put up a .590 OPS. His best seasons, however, were in 2022 and 2023. Colorado is going to be hoping for him to have a solid bounce back, as it looks like he could be in the mix for an everyday role. The Blue Jays were able to bring back Yimi Garcia with a 2-year deal worth $15 million. Garcia was traded by the Blue Jays in 2024, but despite that, he heads back up north. With the Blue Jays previously, he pitched in 163 games in his career and has a .344 ERA. Bringing in Garcia will hopefully help fill the hole left by Jordan Romano. The Yankees were able to finally make a splash. After losing Juan Soto, they would bring in one of the best pitchers on the market in Max Fried. Fried was signed to an 8-year, $218 million deal. Over the last 5 seasons, Fried has had a .281 ERA, and last season alone he had a .323 ERA in 29 starts. Fried will add to a very solid rotation with Garrett Cole, Rookie of the Year Luis Hill, and Carlos Rodon. I personally would slide Fried into the 2 spot, but who knows where the Yankees will put him. Overall, a very solid deal for the Yankees. We then saw a 3-team trade take shape over the course of the evening. It all started with the Guardians and Blue Jays making a deal that included Andres Gimenez going to Toronto for Spencer Horwitz. Gimenez is a 3-time Gold Glove winner and former All-Star. However, many label his bat to be falling behind his glove. He is locked up for the Blue Jays now until 2030, so there were many confused on the Jays bringing in that size of a contract. Soon later, we found out why Spencer Horwitz was off to Cleveland. The Pirates then made a deal with the Guardians a few hours later to get Horwitz. In return, they would be sending Luis Ortiz and 2 prospects. Both Ortiz and Horwitz will be locked up by both teams for years to come on the league minimum. To start with Ortiz, as a Pirates fan, he is serviceable. Last season was his best as he started in the bullpen and ended the year in the rotation. He had a .332 ERA over 37 games in which he started 15 of those. The Guardians get solid depth to add to their rotation. The Pirates, in return, are getting Horwitz. The Pirates have had the issue of not having a first baseman being a solid position, but Horwitz looks to be the fix they need. Horwitz last season played in 97 games and had a slash line of .265, .357, .433 slugging, and a .790 OPS. He has well hit 12 home runs and 40 RBIs. He is a first baseman with the ability to play second base also. He was also blocked by Vlad Jr. in the bigs, so he couldn't get many at-bats for the Blue Jays. There is also a connection to him and the Pirates already. New hitting coach Matt Haig worked with Horwitz throughout the minor leagues in the Jays organization, which is pretty neat. Honestly, I see no losers in this deal as both teams got a need, and those players are locked up for a pretty good while. The The Rangers were then able to keep Nathan Eovaldi on a 3-year, $75 million deal. In my free agency prediction video, I actually got this one correct. Eovaldi was a key piece in the 2023 World Series rotation and had a .380 ERA in 29 starts last year. To end a busy day, the Rangers also made a trade with the Marlins to land first baseman power hitter Jake Burger. Over his last 2 seasons, Burger has totaled 63 home runs, so Texas is looking to continue to get that power out of him. Miami, in return, will be getting 3 prospects. On the final day of the meetings, only one major move had happened. This was starter Garrett Crochet finally getting traded and heading to the Boston Red Sox. The Red Sox gave up 4 prospects, including Kyle Teal, Braden Montgomery, and 2 others. Crochet is a great add for the Red Sox, in my opinion. Crochet last season was a first-time All-Star and had a .358 ERA in 32 games, and he was one of the only bright spots on that White Sox team last year. He was also probably the best left-handed pitcher on the trade market for teams to get. Overall, this was a very solid deal for the Red Sox, and I even think the White Sox were able to get a solid return. Also of note, I got this one correct as well in my trade predictions video. The winter meetings then ended, and we actually got a trade right when I was writing this today. Devin Williams was acquired by the New York Yankees for Nestor Cortez and a prospect. Both Cortez and Williams are free agents next year, so I think this was a very fair deal for both sides. We all knew there were rumors around Williams, so he finally has a new team. Other names that have been talked about in trade rumors over this week are the following: Kyle Tucker, Nolan Arenado, Cody Bellinger, and Dylan Cease. It seems like the Cubs and Kyle Tucker could be happening soon. Who knows? Seiya Suzuki's been offering the deal. We've seen Alec Boehm rumors. It's about everywhere with those teams. It is also expected that players like Alex Bregman, Corbin Burns, and Christian Walker will be signing sometime soon. Thank you all for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe and comment some of your favorite moves or hopeful moves that could happen. As always, have a great one, and I'll see you all next time.